Hi, everybody, and welcome to Reed's Read Spider-Man Crawl Space Edition. Check us out, of course, at the SpidermanCrawlspace.com. Well, everybody, old Painbot is back, and believe it or not, I'm actually having a little less pain because I'm only reviewing one issue today. Of course, Amazing Spider-Man 18, aka 912 in the Legacy numbers, as it's basically the big ones before the final two chapters of Dark Web, of course, conclude next week. So, I also said it was a little less painful. Was this probably the better of all the issues? Well, a little yes and a little bit of no. So, let's get over here as we get into our favorite, of course, pieces with Dark Web and, of course, our favorite Rec Rap, aka Rec Crap, into the pros. So, first of all, the pros. Believe it or not, this doesn't waste any time actually explaining everything. Everything that happened over in Dark X-Men number 3 with Madeline Pryor finding out and actually turning the fact that she needs to take care of everything with Ben Reilly, and what has happened is actually dealt with really fast in the issue. The problem really is with that is why you have the issues. Madeline now understands and actually even explains how much this entire plan with Ben Reilly was being complete crap and everything else. And before she, of course, gets her own butt booted by, of course, All Hallows Eve, of course, she created the old classic piece with Frankenstein's monster is now out of control when she created Frankenstein's monster. The artwork is also very well done. Actually, I think this is probably one of Ed McGuinness's best issues. He actually keeps the flow and emotions and the comedy working for a lot of spots here. The designs are very well, and it does feel like kind of an epic battle between the forces of Limbo and, of course, of everything that happens at the end of the issue here. So it's actually very good with that, with the art styles. I feel like we are finally into a conclusion. But that's where the pros stop, folks. The rest of this issue is still pretty bad. The fact that not only does All Hallows Eve, who was, of course, created by Madeline Pryor, and like I said, the pun of Frankenstein's Monster Out of Control, takes her scythe and, of course, gives it to Ben Reilly. He shall be all hail the Goblin King, King Chasm. Yeah, wow. You talk about character assassination. This is character annihilation here. And the fact that everything that happens is with Ben, of course, knocking out and kicking Madeline out of Limbo and the power and him taking over, of course, all of a sudden the fruit that he had to use with Peter no longer works. The fact that everything else now has just come to the pack is, you know what? I'm just going to let the whole city burn because screw Peter Parker, screw all the things. I'm missing memories, but that doesn't matter anymore. I'm just going to burn the whole city down because now I am the king of Limbo. I'm so evil. And it doesn't just stop there. It keeps continuing worse. The fact that we get Rec Rap, and actually when he saves the day with his little bit of spider shooters and stopping the Insidious Six, and of course rescuing Robbie and Jonah, which more of like it was inconvenience. They were stuck in this hell version of the Daily Bugle. Really doesn't even make less sense, which really throws. What was even the point of this? Them getting thrown into all this to have Peter go into Limbo itself. Yeah, it doesn't work for any of the parts. And the fact that, Ben is able to take the powers of Limbo and be the new King Goblin so perfectly just by taking Madeline's scythe, yeah, it doesn't work that way. Basically, this puts complete continuity throw out between not only Madeline Pryor, but also Magic, Illyana Rasputin. It also makes everything going on with Belasco over in the Mary Jane and Black Cat series moot, too. Because the truth is, if he could have just taken the scythe there, he wouldn't need Black Cat or Mary Jane. He could have gone the Soul Sword himself and moved on. This is completely contradicting anything that's happening in the miniseries and what's been going on in the story. And it's just stupid. Now Ben just doesn't care anymore. Oh, you know what? Now he's, of course, the King Goblin of Limbo, and he's just going to let the city burn. What? Huh? Even more, too, where even Zeb Wells admits to it writing when he, of course, says, hey, I'm Rec Rap, and Peter tells Cyclops, just ignore him, and he's like, done. Probably the best joke of the whole story, but even the writer is saying, I don't care about the storyline anymore. I just had to do this, and now I'm kind of done with it. Wow, talk about a waste of time, money, and effort. Because really, what was the point of this? Just to get Chasm to be, or Ben Reilly to be the new King of Limbo, which then completely throws everything up with the X-Books? I don't get it. It also makes the Sins of Sinister series coming up, as well as everything with those books making more moot too. Also, what's going to be in the point of the All Hallows Eve here, if after all this is said and done, she's just kind of out on her own as the anti-Black Cat, which we seem to be getting the parts of with the story. It's just bad, folks. It's just not good story. However, due to the artwork and feel like this is finally almost over, it gets a D+ for me. Another great thing is our buddy Bruce made the letter section. Bruce, good job making the letters section here of Amazing Spider-Man. You are flipping awesome, which means now of all the Spider-Man reviewers, I think I'm the only one that hasn't had a letter. But you know what? I'm Painbot. I can live with that pain, with not ever having a letter published in that. Because I, got my issue of Spider-Girl many years ago. I'm good. Wow, D+. 2 issues left, guys, and we are all done with this storyline after so long. But unfortunately, wow, I feel like this has just been a waste of time the last couple of months with just some nice artwork and character annihilation instead of character assassination. Wow, what a horrible story. Just to have King Chasm, Goblin King. I am the Goblin King. Hoo, he, ha, hoo, he, I am the Goblin King. Ha, ha, boom, boom. Because I hate goblins, but now I'm the Goblin King. I just made it up on the spot, guys. I really did. You know what? I am done with this review, guys. Thank you for being through with all of this. And, of course, if you want to discuss a little bit more, of course, check us out at the Spider-Man Crawl Space. Check out our social media and, of course, especially our Discord for all the discussion on the most latest issue of Dark Web and where this is all heading the next couple of weeks, because I know we're all happy to see it happen, right? All right, guys. I will see everybody later. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll talk to everybody later on the Crawl Space.